Hello and welcome back to Tectonica. So, what you see in front of you is the completed Pure Diesel factory. I haven't gone through and assured that everybody is running at speed yet, but I did check that things were running, and according to my quick scan, we're doing okay. So basically I had the one row that I did on the previous recording. I've just reflected it out sideways. The one difference is that my recycling here, instead of twisting around inside, is just going back down the other side, because there is really very little coolant, 8 per minute out each one of those. So I just brought it down the back. We have our incoming materials from elsewhere coming along here. And they meet up with our sesamite, shiverthorn extract, and we just make everything. So red goo, red powder, red coolant, blue coolant. Actually, this is actually fabric diesel. I'm sorry, fabric diesel. The infusion packs. Then we crush the infusion packs to get the diesel out, and we recycle the low-grade diesel. And that gives us a nice belt of lots and lots of pure diesel, which we route into a box, and up to 14. Now, while I was putting it all together, the last part was getting the last 4, and I had enough materials to build 36, and I wanted to build 40. I had to go back and make some more. And while I was making the last 4 pumps, it started telling me, oh, you have something that you need to do. So what I did was I got, of the whole setup of the 10 groups of 4, 6 of them are providing power, which means they will continue to pump at all times. Okay, so that's sufficient to keep us from losing our progress. And 4 groups are sending back sesamite sand. Notice we are not running the generators, and our charge is popping up and down irregularly, but more than making up for what is being drawn. Now, we do need to triangulate, so let's head to Sierra. If we don't draw the sand out, okay, the sesamite sand, eventually those pumps
Signal
will stop.
Triangulated. New location added to HUD. 40 thieves.
So if the sand pumps providing me with the sesamite sand are backed up, we will stop progress, but we won't lose any. So 40 thieves is in laboratory. You can tell because that's where the mark was, and it's over that way. We've actually made really, really fast progress here.
This place looks like the science facility in Victor, but smaller, and filled with all sorts of projects I've never seen before.
I believe this was Mirage's private laboratory. She claims that solitude was a prerequisite for her best work. We should have known it was for little more than concealing discoveries from the rest of us.
Well, she can't hide anything from us now. Let's see if we can find any clues that'll lead us to her.
Bastnasite, monazite, laterite. These and hundreds of other diminishing resources on Earth we journeyed to Calyx for. What if all of them were replaceable with a single perfect omni-material? A substance easily manipulated into anything we required and infinitely reproducible with time and effort. Sesamite is all of these things, and yet, to even a sophisticated observer, it initially appears to be worthless. The inherent molecular flexibility of it is recognizable at the atomic level, but activating that capability has resisted every methodology at my disposal. But if it is too perfect to have been put here unintentionally, the difficulty of unlocking it must be intentional as well. What if Calyx is a trial? I propose this only because I have read classified reports of a sergeant who stumbled across some kind of alien temple and a strange phenomenon that occurred there. It may be little more than my own exhaustion, but what if the key to unlocking Sesamite can be found at that temple too? Perhaps it is time to tell Pacific that I have found the miracle we were looking for.
Yeah, time to dig this out too. The idea is to get these bottoms clear of the rock. That allows them to dig further. I don't know if I have to do both sides of it or not. Keep on drilling at this level, this. Okay, now we look at it. We've got 15K. 78K, 73K. This pump is almost out. Oh, okay. So when this happens, you can see the bottom. It means you need to literally pick up the pumps and place them down again so that the bottom of the pump will get to the right place. Otherwise, your total pump rate starts going down. Once that hits zero, let's go ahead and let it go to zero so we can see. So 13,650. We should be running 40 by 350 right now. So 40 times 350. We should be running 14,000. So we already have one of our pumps that isn't making any progress. Now that could very well be because one of our pumps is not happy for some reason. I'm going to go up and I'm going to see if any of them either lacks fuel or has 100 of the sand. And in this case, oh, you have 500 sand in you. There we go. Now we're up to 14,000. So this guy's hit zero. We are still showing a dig speed for the level of 14,000. I'm not going to change anything until my dig speed goes below 14,000. I think we've got it here. Just need to keep digging the bottom out. So what does this level look like around here as we start digging? haven't really exposed much. I mean, we've got this hitch that's going around. We've got big pillars coming out of it. There's some carbon. But not a whole lot. I believe this was already visible before. It wasn't. So that unlocks glide. All we need to do is unlock it in the tech tree. And this looks like somebody drilled a big square hole going straight down to something. And we can watch ourselves make progress here. Tech-wise, I have 1,184 green science. Oh, we've opened up the glide, 120%. Yay! Let's see, is there any green stuff I haven't opened? So I think we now have enough green that we can just, well, let's start off T1 here. Make sure all the T1 is open. Just in case we don't have enough for everything, we'll work from the bottom up. Okay, T2. Three. So there's our scrap and our gold. There's assembly stuff and some construction that I won't use. Onward to T4. Because there's some T4s that I had unlocked before. Oh, and let's see, let's use bio extraction. So we still need to do more green science. Cool. Let's go back and make sure that we are still moving on the green science. So back to Victor. And the green science is stalled, waiting for blue science. Okay, and you need processors. Of course you need processors. You need a lot of processors. We have a lot of bulk goods we need to drop off. Oh boy. I'd give you all my processors and we're gonna go get more. I'll drop the bulk goods off camera, it's not that important. So we actually have two places that make processors. I keep forgetting we do that. This guy makes a bunch. And then we've got the long line here, which I made because I was turning processors into expensive things. I'm gonna grab all of that. Oh, we've got a bunch of relays. Let's see, how many relays do we actually have, including in our inventory? Let's keep 1,000 on us and put the rest back. Motors. Same trick. Control click on that, control click on that. Keep some. The relays and motors, processors. else? I think that's all I really want to poke my nose into right now. We are still set up to make drills. Still have some Mark IVs. Guy wants Mark Vs, so we will have to make some more Mark Vs to drill any further. That's okay. That's well within our capabilities. We've done that before. Back to Victor to get our science moving again. Blue cores are very, very processor heavy. Notice it takes 16 processors per batch. So I am not going to be shy. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom and move all the processors in like that. Okay, bulk goods. We have some bulk goods down here. We have some bulk goods up on admin. I should probably centralize, move them down here. This little row right here. As we are here, do we have grass? I think we have bulk grass on us. Nope. Bulk everything else. So we're doing pretty good. We got to keep the science coming. We got to keep the fuel going. Hook our nose into fuel, make sure that everything's copacetic. We still got fuel coming out here. Everybody should have just a faint green glow around them. The guys that have yellow because we are saturated. That's fine. The main thing is, as long as we're mostly green up here. Hold on, what is this guy waiting for? He needs a little more sesamite powder. Okay. Sesamite powder is down there. Why are we running low on sesamite powder? You know, I could add another furnace onto this. It doesn't matter if we're a little bit low on the fuel. As long as it's mostly there. But let's do check and make sure that everybody is properly hooked up. Yep, we're running. We're running at speed. Oh, that's right. I prioritized sesamite powder to head back this way because we needed some over here. I think what I'd rather do is put an extra one in here. I'll probably need to do other stuff as well. That means now that I can take out cross pieces. It also means that the stuff coming in from the left will be merged into the line going forward, and that may prevent these guys from running because their outputs are saturated, despite the fact that we don't have enough over here. What I really should be doing is collecting all of the Bessemite powder that's not actually used out from this end and merging it back together and folding it back in, feed this guy. But I think that turning an extra 17. Where did you go? Here. That nominally needs 24, but he's running at a small fraction. Okay, he's good. We're also these guys. Remember that there were only 6 of these needed, so we're good. But we should start to catch up. This is 17 by 3, 30, 50. All this 50 per minute in case that's rounded. And these guys use 5 per minute, so 5, 10 there. And these guys use 10 per minute, 20, 30, 50. Okay, how about that? I could put an extra, yeah, I'm going to put an extra one on each one. Why not? We actually have a little extra of the red gel. I will need to extend the red gel. With this in place, we should start catching up. Yes, it was interesting that I unintentionally left a bigger gap in here than I really needed. It's really neat though that I only need this one machine making the biobrick. It feeds this entire array of biobrick diesel. The thing to check is our feedback lines. Make sure that these lines going backwards aren't backing up. That goes for the coolant line coming out here. Super good. we're not actually consuming as much sand as is being produced. So these are going to start to build up. They're building up slowly. Oh, that one's built up completely. Okay, so we are building up like crazy. Seems to be filling them in order. We'll want to keep an eye on that. Necessary, we will grab all of the sand from those and we'll figure out something to do with it, something that takes a lot of sand and turns it into a little bit of something else. It'd be nice if it'd be something else we could get sand back from if you do. Okay. And how are Shiverthorn? Got a lot of Shiverthorn building up here. We are taking it out. Probably not as fast as it's going in. I think I seeded that with a bunch of it, so it's not really clear. Don't need this anymore because we have finished seeding. Let's go back to hanging out on the lab level. Isn't that a pretty little pump stack there? 40 pumps. Now, if I connect this back up, we will be supplying power back through the elevator to everybody else 12 and above. Gonna come in handy. Okay, so we've got little holes like this that go down further. How are we doing with our dig? See, there's the hole that we pierced. Now I need to go in and dig around like this. As long as I'm holding the button, my digging tool will remain at the same vertical coordinate. Now we're going to drop down again here. This pump also, we're seeing the bottom. Like I said, if we see this stop pumping 14,000 kiloliters a minute, I will just pick up the pumps and put them back down again so that their bottoms will extend. But see, our dig speed for the level is still 14,000. Even though this top is lifted. And what are we seeing here? We are seeing ceiling underneath here. So we have broken through to the lower layer. So this pump now says we can go down 59K from him, 63K from him. And this guy is running out. And this guy has gotten down to where he thought. But we're still digging at 14,000. And our sand remaining level is still going down very rapidly. If it's working, don't nudge it. The thing I will do, though, is I am going to put my underfloor in place here. I didn't really anticipate with that pump stack. There we go. If you don't have the floor in there, you can see up inside the pumps. It's a look. Well, I think that's good for now. So we're going to put this to bed again until we have a significant amount of science done and unlocked, or it tells us we need to triangulate something again, or we get clear access to a cavern below the floor here. Whatever comes next, comes next. So I'll see you then.